Tebohabulwa Yoweri Kaguta Museveni kyaddaaki yeewaddeko obujulizi obulaga Bannayuganda 18 the missing 18 betubadde tubanja ebbanga lyonna. Omukulu ono yeewaddeko obujulizi era n'akakasa eggwanga nga tewali amukase nti Bannayuganda bano baafa ate bafiira mu mikono gye. Tebohabulwa Yeseri yeewaddeko obujulizi nti Bannayuganda 18 betumubanja n'abalala batamanyikiddwa munnange battibwa era nga kino akiwaddeko obujulizi n'atukakasa bulungi nti tewali amukase. Kitalo nnyo eky'Abaganda baffe, kitalo nnyo ekya mikwano gyaffe kubanga munnange tewali ayinza kwagaliza munne kufa. Mu mbeera eyo etategeerekeka era mu mbeera eyo Museveni gy'ayagadde okuttiramu abantu baffe, gy'ayagadde okufumbubika abantu baffe ate n'okubasaanyaawo, okubatufuula abatategeera, okutufuula ebintuntu olw'okuba nti ye ayina ebigendererwa bye. Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine, His Excellency Mukama waffe tukutegeeza nti olumbe luno olwatujjira lwegenze maaso n'okwewaako obujulizi era nalutegeeza nga Bannayuganda 18 nga bakulembeddwa omukulu John Bosco Kibalama munnange we baafiira mu mikono gyabwe. Naye nga kiki Museveni obutta bannansi abatakulinaako buzibu abatalina abaali baleezinga amaloboozi gaabwe okulaba nga babaako kye bakyusa ku ggwanga lyabwe. Genda maaso n'okwewaako obujulizi naye one time bino byonna ojja bisasulira. Tolowooza nti kino just kikomye bukomye wano, kino kigenda maaso n'okuba nga tukitunda era kigenda maaso n'okuba nga kigenda ku international level. One time ojja bisasulira. Bino byonna by'oli mu kukola obutugumbuzi n'obutembo oli mukola ku bannansi kaseera genda tuuka ate nga munnange obusasulira. Kino tekigenda kukoma wano ate bino ebyaffe tebisobola kukoma wano era ogenda kusasulira eyo yenna kasasiro gw'oli mukola ku Bannayuganda. Tukutegeeza nti Bannayuganda bamanyi kye baagala ate era Bannayuganda beeteefuteefu nnyo okujja mu ntebe yaabwe kubanga bakumanyi oli mutugumbuzi. Weewaddeko ssebo obujulizi nti watta Bannayuganda otwewaanira nako, oyogera osagambiza, oyogera osaaga, oyogera by'oyogera ng'obyogera nga olowooza nti bisanyusa nnyo abantu, binyumira nnyo amatu ga Bannayuganda.
Indiscipline and criminality of some of the opposition groups, which resulted in the serious riots and violence of the other month. I deployed highly trained units from our army who had been doing much of the fighting in areas like Somalia, fighting ADF into the Kampala area. This is because of the weakness and corruption of some of the police elements which had allowed Kampala to have no-go areas. These units started operating in Kampala around the 20th of November, and they were able to deal with some hardcore criminals in all these areas. For instance, on the 20th of November, in Makerere Kivuru, also known as Kagugube, there was a hardcore criminal called Semanda Joshua, who attacked these security forces with hammer, and they shot him dead. They killed him. Apparently that was a very notorious criminal in that area. Then on the 24th of November, the same units operated along Nachivovo Channel, which had also become a no-go area for the police and the authorities. And there was a hardcore criminal there who tried to attack them, called Serunjij Alex. He was killed, and then a number of hardcore criminals were arrested. I have the list here. And when they are arrested, many of them cooperate with the security forces. Like, for instance, Mwanya Robert, Agara, Sentongo Muhammad, Kitone Alan, Tukwatiwe Aaron, Katongore Richard, Kasuri Emmanuel, and so on. These are all available, and I would direct the security forces to show them to you, to the public. Now they are helping the security forces. Then others were released. These included Mabanja, Ainomwe Sugwa, Keyune, Demirire, Kabega, San Hilare, Twinamatsko, Kabanda, Waswa, Kamya Kabenge, and so on. And then those taken to court included Muchibi, Kayaka Sara, Damula, Josephine Nwamanya, Naiga, Nantumbe Carol, Semokora Suman, etc. So this operation against people who were misled by really two actors. Number one, the police. The police being corrupt, being weak, not responding to the cries of the people. So this led the criminals to think that they are untouchable, that they have to, even after some of the young people who come to whom I talked to, like I had groups at Raiktura recently, from these ghetto groups, they seem to be saying that for them to work for peace, it is a favor to the government. When they come to me, they want money so that they stop doing crime. Then I was telling them that you people, you are not, you are obliged to keep the law. It's not a favor for you to keep the law. It is a duty. But because of the weakness of the police, some of these people had lost balance, and they think that working for peace is something the government should pay for. If you don't pay us, we shall cause chaos. And like the young people I was meeting in Raiktura, they were telling me how they had plans to ban, their leaders, their criminal leaders, had given them plans to ban Kampala, to cause chaos. And I told them, I said, you can't do this. You cannot ban Kampala. If you ban Kampala, if you try, forget, you will not succeed, but if you try, you will perish. So it is that background that caused these units, which have nothing to do with the civilian matters, to come into Kampala. Now, on account of that background, information was received that this unfortunate young person, Zebra, was training boxers who then would be used by some people to attack civilians. Now, later on, when I checked, of course, I didn't know anything about this until the person died. That's when I started inquiry. Now, when I inquired, I found that actually Zebra was doing quite a good job in the Kawempe area. First of all, he was an NRM supporter. That's what I came to find out. And that's why he was planning to come and see me in the next few days together with others. But besides, he had been doing a good job in training the youth in the ghetto to live useful lives. I, however, got some information about how some of the youth trained by him were involved in the controversy, apparently, which is going on around a taxi park in that area between different groups. That was the only indication that people trained by him or under his control were involved in some local controversies. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. We normally get information, some of which is accurate, some of which is not accurate. The correct thing is to find out. And that's what these security people had gone to do, to take in Zebra and ask him some questions. They are operating quietly in these areas to be effective. Now, when they, unfortunately, I think that's where the unfortunate thing happened. When they got to the house at around 12, at 3 minutes past midnight, they knocked and they wanted people inside to open for them, but the people did not open. According to the wife, Mukankuti, the one I talked to yesterday, actually Zebra was in the sitting room, but instead of opening, he went behind the house. When the wife came, she's the one who opened for, she heard the soldiers trying to break into the house because they broke the glass, I think. Then she heard that she was somewhere, she was dealing with her chicken. Now, when she came, according to what she told me, she's the one who opened for them, for the soldiers. They entered, but Zebra had gone. And apparently, he climbed over the fence and went somewhere, some distance away. Meanwhile, the wife and the son cooperated with the security forces and there was no problem. Now, these security forces were in a number of groups. Some were here in the house, but others were around, like a military operation, because they are used to that type of operation. So now he goes and bumps into the other people who are far away, and that's where there is some controversy which I want to conclude. The soldiers involved say when they stopped him, he refused to stop and tried to fight with them. But we shall get the details of that. And that's how he was shot twice and he died. But we shall get more details. Initially, I didn't know these were security. Yesterday when I was talking to the wife, I thought actually it was the criminals who would have killed him. But the wife told me actually it was the criminals who would have killed him. But the wife told me that they had a police uniform. And I said, but sometimes the criminals, especially those who are sponsored by some of the external forces, can steal police uniform and pretend to be police when they are not. And that's why I really, for almost 12 hours, I was checking until later on, the security forces knew that I was involved, and then they informed me, and that's how I came to know that it was our own people who were involved. I'm very sorry about this. I've already talked to the wife and the son, and I'm going to investigate the whole situation, and I will inform the family and maybe the country later. However, this is all due to the reckless actions of the opposition groups, because wherever I go, they talk of intimidation. People are crying that they are being intimidated by the opposition elements. The other day I was in Mawokota, and the Honorable Nakawuchi was crying about intimidation by the group belonging to NUP, that they were threatening people that if they don't vote for them, they will kill them. Well, I told Nakawuchi that that will not happen, and I would like to get details of those who are doing that, and we shall deal with them. The other day I was in Rakai, it was the same story. I therefore would like to advise the opposition, especially those who are fond of the
yoyo byebyo ebigambo yasaite buhabulwa yewaddeko obujulizi ndowooza era namwe ng'ategeeza nga bwe yata bannayuganda era nga bw'abalina naye essaawa zino nga tumusaba abaganda baffe tasobola kutuwa abaganda baffe. Ekyo tebayita kibayita okwewako obujulizi gwe nga ggwe omuntu. Ekisajja kino banaye kituzannyidde ku bwongo, ekisajja kino kitwesibyeko, ekisajja kino kitufufuubaddeko, naye one time Mukama ajja kuwulira essaala zaffe, ajja tusaasira atuggyeko, oba kizibu oba nduyite lumbe oba ntiyite ki, nenga kyonna kikiri kijja kuggwa. Mukama waali tewali kigaana, tebuhabulwa yatufuukidde ekizibu, yajjanga kizibu ekitaawone naye one time kijja tuvaako. Ekizibu kyattu kya Museveni mumuleke agende maaso n'otukudaalira, agende maaso n'okutulinnya ku mutwe, naye naffe akaseera ke kajja, ajja gakaabako, gakaabiza famire z'abantu, gakaabiza bannayuganda. Teziga ly'obukadde liruma nnyo era tumusaasidde nnyo okukaaba eziga ly'obukadde ng'ate obuvubuka bwe abukoledde mu ttemu lyereere.